Hi everybody, this is Oksana. Today it's going to be a really fun tutorial. It's going to be different than my regular wire wrapping because we're going to make this ring, but we're not going to make it completely from scratch. I'm going to show you the settings that you can buy from Rio Grande, and all you need is a setting and a stone that fits it. Either you have your own stone, or maybe you make stones, or you can buy stones on the Rio Grande website as well. They sell the sizes that you need. So this one is a 10mm round stone. And it's really cool because you can make your own rings, and you could do like birthstone rings, or maybe you have a stone from like a previous piece of jewelry that you want to reuse, or a stone that has a special meaning to you. It's really cool because you can just set it in your own ring, and I'm going to show you how to do it with things that you can find around the house. So you're not going to need any additional special tools besides, just the setting and the stone. And the rest of it is, you don't need anything else. I'm going to show you how I do it with just things around the house. Now they do have a special tool that you can buy for, pushing down these little bezels, but we're not going to use that today because I think it's just really easy to do without. So let's go ahead and make this ring. So here we have our ring setting. It looks like this. This is a number you type in on the Rio Grande website to find it, and I have here a size 7, but you can select whatever size you want. And this is the 10mm round setting. They have other sizes as well and just different settings, but this is the one I'm going to demonstrate on. So you're going to need a stone that is 10mm, a 10mm round stone. And another little kind of hint to make this work better is the stone should be fairly flat, and it should have a nice dome. So it should be a cabochon, but sometimes I've seen cabochons that aren't domed as much as this. They kind of start going straight up. And because we need to lock it in, so let's just go ahead and put it in so you can see what that looks like. And you can see that the little bezel setting here, it goes past the stone, and then if this were to be pushed down, which is what we're going to do, it's going to hold the edges of that stone, trapping it in. Now if the stone was much thicker, or if the dome wasn't as pronounced, it kind of went straight up, it's possible that this wouldn't be able to hold the stone very well. And you can still use it, but maybe put a little bit of glue on the inside, like the E6000 for example, to hold your stone better, because it might not hold alone with just this bezel that's going around it. But mine will. Mine is not too thick of a stone, and the doming of it is good. So the tool that is used for this is called a bezel roller, and I actually don't have it because I don't think that you need it, and I want to show you how to do it if you don't have that tool. So it's like a metal little tool that's kind of curved, and you just kind of like roll it along. But it is easier to scratch the metal, scratch the stone, since it is metal, the tool. So I like to use something safer, like wood. I'm going to show you two options of how I do this. Okay, so the first option is wood, and I have this little makeup brush that I use. And the other option is just a flat surface like a table. So I'm going to show you here. We're going to pretend that this is a surface of a wooden table, but this is actually a door. But of course, should be like a crafts table. Like my crafts table is all like, has stuff all over it. It's not very new looking, but you don't want to ruin like a new nice table because this might scratch the table. So I'm going to show you with this first. So what we're going to do is press the stone down. So I like to put my finger in here and the other finger on top and just kind of pinch the stone down. And then I like to take my little wooden brush, and you can see, let me zoom in a little closer, you can see these little points sticking up, right? So I'm just gonna roll them. You can either do it this way or this way, whatever is more comfortable for you. So let's say we're doing it this way, or just kind of rolling or pressing down. So I'm gonna do this on a few of them so you can see by comparison. Okay, see how these have been pressed and the other ones have not. So you can kind of see the difference. Okay, now I'm going to show you with the table. So you can do it with this first and then with the table, or you can just do it with the table right away. I actually like this method because it lets me press down firmer than just doing it with the brush. Okay, so I put my finger inside of the ring. I hold one side of the ring, press down on the stone like this, and then I sort of roll. Sorry, it's hard to see. Let me do it this way. I sort of roll it along the edge like that. And then I would turn it, maybe reposition my finger in there. So like this, so I can get to this edge. And then I kind of roll and press. And this gives a lot more control to my fingers to be able to press it hard, because I'm using like my whole hand. You can even like use your whole body by leaning over your table. Of course, you don't want to press so hard that you break it, but I mean, just so you can, sometimes it's hard to have enough strength to really lock it in properly. So depending on the strength of your fingers, this might be useful to you if you're having trouble with just the brush. All right, so here you can see the little points by comparison are no longer sticking up. They're now pressed down around the stone, trapping the edge of the stone. What you can do is take something like pliers or whatever you have with a thin little point to the end, and see this little gap on the back where you can see the stone. You just kind of tap and maybe press. I mean, obviously not super hard because you don't want to damage it, but you just kind of press, and you can tell there's absolutely no movement, there's absolutely no give. I cannot push the stone out by just pressing. And that's how you can test that this secured it properly. Now, if you do have a really thick stone, I just want to show you another setting that works well for that. I'm not going to demonstrate this one because I have already set it and I only have this one. Now this one is quite the opposite because it works best for really thick stones, because these edges, they're actually quite firm. They're not thin like the other ones, and it's really difficult to press them down. So if you have a flat stone, you're gonna have a hard time pressing these down against a flat stone. But if you have a really thick stone, then you just need to just bend them the tiniest bit, then it'll work. All right, so I put a moonstone into this one. Here's the number of it. It's called Swirl, and it's also a 10 millimeter round stone. And this one is oxidized sterling silver. So here's a finished ring. So fun to make. I really enjoy making these. I hope that you did too. If you did, leave me a like down below, and don't forget to subscribe. I make new videos every weekend. So thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.